Hey, I'm James Smith at RC4 Wireless, and this year, LDI 2014, we are introducing a massively new set of innovative features in our wireless dimmers. It is an extensive list of new features that are very, very useful for props makers, and it's difficult for me to touch on all of them today, but let's start with a refresher on what wireless dimming is all about. So I have a red, green, blue LED sample over here that we're simply controlling with 3 channels of DMX, one for red, one for blue, one for green. And this is how traditional wireless dimming has always worked. And sometimes a user will want to address color in a different manner. So we've introduced an HSL color engine in our new dimmer. So this is a selectable option. You can use regular RGB, or you can switch to hue, saturation, and level. And we have a sample of that over here in this Chinese lantern. So in the saturation control pulled back brings you to pure white, and as you increase the saturation you go to a selected color, and hue then is a channel of DMX that rolls through the palette of colors. Once you've found the combination of color and saturation that you like, then the level control will very easily dim that down while maintaining the perfect ratio of the 3 primaries and the level of saturation you select. The first issue that comes up when you've done something like that is you've made a custom prop, and you've gone out and purchased maybe some inexpensive LED tape or red, green, and blue LEDs from a supplier, and you've built a prop and discovered that the color is not corrected to match other devices in your system. So if you go to use HSL, the greens won't be the same shade, the palette is skewed, and we have introduced color match, which gives you the ability to go to a full white, adjust that white to match the white of the, we'll call it the fixture that's your control, your reference. And when you've matched the white with your own eye, the palette of the entire piece adjusts and they automatically match. So all you do is kind of the reverse of white balance on a camera using your eye. So then you have done the color correction. You'll shop around the LDI floor and see many RGB color fixtures will offer that they're color corrected. Now you have the ability with your own prop device to do that correction. So that's a feature that only RC4 provides. The same dimmers provide all of these features, by the way. You don't have to pick the one that does the feature you want. So another feature that we've added to all our Series 3 dimmers is servo motor control. Very handy for animatronics, where you might be doing blinking eyes, moving mouths, any other form of animation and motion and puppetry, animatronics. And as I mentioned, these are all features in every dimmer, and this is actually activated by selecting a dimmer curve. So where you might pick a curve that's optimized for LEDs or a curve that's optimized for halogen lamps, now you pick a curve that runs a motor clockwise or counterclockwise, positioned to the value of the DMX channel. Another great feature that we've added, these dimmers have the ability to synthesize an AC wave to do things like ring the bell of a telephone, or at a much higher frequency to light EL wire. So here's an example where this is running at 1 kilohertz and smoothly dimming a piece of EL wire. And I don't know if your microphone can pick this up, but it's, well, it'll anti-pick it up. This is EL wire dimming smoothly and silently. You have not seen an EL wire dimmer that doesn't make a buzzing noise. It doesn't get sort of flaky and breaky as you dim it down. This is undoubtedly the best EL wire dimmer you've seen. The HSL engine can also be used on 2-channel devices, and in that case we don't really have saturation. You're picking a hue and a level of the balance and the ratio of those two. And people working in film really like to use this for setting color temperature. And this is an example of a really nice light gear LED panel that is a matrix of low frequency, very warm white, and a higher frequency, very cool white. And by cross-fading, you actually can choose any color frequency that you need for a shoot, matching the color to what the director of photography needs to match other lighting in the scene. Every dimmer has the ability to be code loaded. So as we add new features, a simple USB to data cable lets you upload a new file and install something new. So we've already been selling some of the early adopter users that have been playing with Series 3 dimmers for about a month and a half, we've only added the EL wire and telephone ringing in the last couple of weeks. All of those users were able to easily update in about 15 seconds using our PC application. And then finally, every dimmer also includes DMX input and output. So you could use it as a wired dimmer and just connect to a DMX console, or you can use it as a DMX output, so every device, even our very smallest dimmers, let you run a full universe of DMX. So this is the adapter. A little mini plug is provided on every model of every device. And there you have it. You could be running a fixture, a fog machine, some other DMX device nearby. It can be fully wireless and untethered. Those who've used our RC4 Series 2 system know that for advanced feature access, you can use our PC application, RC4 Magic PC, and we've always supplied a small dongle to go along with that becomes the transmitter for your system. Now with Series 3, all of our DMX I/O units have a dongle mode. So using the same cable that was used as the code loader, that's this cable, you'll now plug into your DMX I/O. This plugs into your PC, and now your PC software is accessing your system through the same piece of hardware that you would normally use as your DMX transmitter. So it reduces the complexity of the system, makes it much easier, reduces how many devices you need to own, very quick and easy to flip over to the PC and set things like the AC frequency for EL wire, make it low to ring a telephone, or make it high for the EL itself. And finally, all of our devices are available to operate on 3 different RF systems. So our proprietary RC4 Magic system that we've offered for several years is our primary system, but we also make all of the same technology to work with WDMX transmitters and to work with Lumen radio transmitters. So our devices that work with Lumen radio are called Lumen DIM, and the devices that work with WDMX are called WDIM. And they have, as I said, all of those same features. So you can do EL wire, you can ring telephones, you can do LEDs with the HSL engine, you can do the color match, everything that I've discussed, servo motors. So now you choose the RF system that you like and pick from a range of devices with different power handlings and different physical sizes. So we call that RC4 harmonized design. It's across a spectrum of different system providers. Check out more information about us at www.theaterwireless.com, where theater is spelled TRE at the end. And also, you can see a portfolio of users and projects that have used RC4 technology at www.wirelessdimming.com.